This is a brief video to help explain one of your assignments. So when you click on assignments, you're going to, you've already looked at your discussion board grading, you've completed your herbal presentation. This is going to be on the ethical debate on medical aid in dying. This is due at the end of Unit 10. So when you click on to this assignment, you're going to see the grading rubric. And let me just explain a little bit about it. So this is due at the end of week 10, as I just said, and it's going to demonstrate your ability to look at the concept and the process of medical aid in dying from multiple perspectives. And you're going to be able to reflect on evidence-informed, ethical, person-centered nursing care at end of life. So what is this? It's a 2-page paper. And what do you need to write about? First of all, ethical considerations. So in learning unit number 10, which is when this is done, we do talk about some ethical dilemmas. If you go back to learning unit number 7, we introduce some ethical principles. So you're going to describe these ethical principles, so look back at 7, relevant to end-of-life decision-making, such as autonomy, beneficence, non-malfeasance, and justice. The second part is you're going to analyze some major arguments for and against medical aid in dying using evidence-informed sources, not your opinion. So remember, this is a scholarly paper that you're putting together. And there are arguments for and against, and you might be for medical aid in dying, you might be against it. But that's not what I'm asking here. I'm asking you to put together both of those opposing viewpoints and to consider. And then some of the legal and professional considerations. So share whether medical aid in dying is legal in the state where you reside, where you probably will be practicing or already practice as a nurse, and the very specific steps required to implement medical aid in dying if the state law allows. If it's not legal in your state, select and talk about another state where it is legal and describe the steps required to implement medical aid in dying in that state. Because I want you to see that there is criteria that needs to be met. There is specific steps in the process to approve medical aid in dying in states where it is legal. So if your state, such as Pennsylvania, it's currently not legal. If that's where you live or practice, then you would have to look at another state. The problem with New York is that it is now signed into law, but they don't have those specific steps yet. You're still not able to receive medical aid in dying in New York State until they get all the specifics done. I think they're looking at August of 2026. So find another state if you live in New York. And then part 4 is reflect on how personal values, professional obligations, and patient-centered care intersect when we're dealing with complex ethical issues. It's going to be worth 50 points. So I just wanted to go over that with you. And remember, you'll get some of this information from the last couple of learning units, especially the ethical principles from number 7. In number 8, we talked about advanced directives. Number 9, we specifically talked about palliative care and medical aid in dying. And then in 10, this unit that it's due, we speak about end-of-life ethical dilemmas. So use all that information. It all builds on this 2-page paper. Make sure your name is on it. Other than that, you would have another page would be for your references. So if that's clear, please make sure you cite some good sources. Have a good day.